Hello, so today is Thursday and it is my one day that I have at home other than teaching the Bible story in the morning at school. But in 1 hour I do have an appointment with somebody who wants to learn how to put books on Amazon, so I'll be showing them how to do that. So I have 1 hour until I need to go, so I thought I would try making a video today. I haven't made one for a few weeks, partly just because it's very busy. Sometimes I can do them, sometimes I can't. So we'll see how it goes today. But it's a very cold, wet and wild day today. I'm just trying to get some jobs done before I go. Yesterday I had preschool and I thought I would try taking the kids on a trip. So we've been learning about occupations this term, which is actually a really fun theme because there are so many different occupations and so many different activities you can do with them. But we were learning about shopkeepers, so I took them on a little trip to the little Haven, our little shop, and I had some biscuits and they iced them there. That was really fun. The other day I listened to a sermon which I really enjoyed, and it was by Scott Pauley, and it was called The Blessing of Poverty. And it sounds like it's one about money, but it's actually on the first beatitude when it talks about blessed are the poor in spirit. And he preached in a way that I never really thought of before, and he explained the first beatitude as blessed are the beggars, or blessed are those who know their need for a God, those who are poor in themselves. So blessed are the beggars, the spiritual beggars, the ones that need God and that depend on God. And he said a quote, which I don't know exactly how he said it, but he was quoting somebody who'd said, "Be thankful for anything that humbles you," which is an interesting one. And I've been thinking a bit about that because for me, all the things that I do at the moment definitely humbles me, and that it makes me know how much I need God. Even just teaching the Bible story. I'm doing the Easter stories at the moment at school. So the other day I did Mary when she anointed Jesus' feet. And then this morning I did about the Last Supper and how Jesus washed the disciples' feet and how he changed the Passover into the Lord's Supper. But it's like the biggest story in the Bible, like one of the most important stories, and yet it's so big. Like you kind of need to read the whole, like the 4 different Gospels to get the full story. So I find it a bit overwhelming to prepare. And so, I was feeling very nervous about doing the story, and I prayed a lot about it. And it just shows me how much I need God. So we should be thankful for anything that makes us need God. And yet, I don't like feeling that need. I would rather feel like I know exactly what I'm doing. But if we always felt like that, then we wouldn't have that need to pray and to depend on God. And one verse that I remind myself of often is, one verse is, "When I'm weak, then am I strong. His strength is made perfect in weakness." And the other one is, "The eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth." I don't know if I'm quoting it exactly right, but to show himself strong on the behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards him. So God wants to show himself strong on our behalf. And that is a prayer I pray a lot when teaching the Bible, because it shows me just how much I need God. But it is a good sermon if you want a good sermon to listen to. And speaking of beggars, I did a story a while back about the 4 lepers and how the city of Samaria was under siege by the Syrians, and how the lepers, like everybody was hungry and they were starving, and they were sitting outside the city, and they said, we're going to die here anyway, so why don't we go over to the enemy soldiers? Who knows, maybe they will give us some food and then we won't die. And so they went and they found that the soldiers had all gone. They left the camp, and so there was lots of food there, so they started eating all the food, and started helping themselves to the clothes and all the treasures that were there, and then they stopped and said, this is not good. You know, we are keeping this all for ourselves while there's a starving city. And so they said we better go and tell everybody else so that everybody can enjoy it, because there was enough for everybody there. So they went, and at first the king didn't even believe them because it didn't sound real that the soldiers had just gone. He thought it must have been a trap to get them out of the city and then, you know, take over the city once they come out. But God had done a miracle, and he had made them hear like a mighty army coming, and they thought that the Israelites had gotten more soldiers together, or other nations, so they had run away as fast as they could. But I think that's just such a clear picture of what it's like as Christians. Like, if we are a true Christian, then we are like those lepers who have found food. And you know, the world is starving. It's starving for love and for fulfillment and really for God, but I just don't know that that's what they're hungry for. And if we have found Christ, then we have found that food. But it's so easy to just want to enjoy it all for ourselves and to forget about all the people who need it. And so it's easy to just enjoy our comforts and not want to use any effort of our own or to give our life to tell other people to. And a quote that I read at school, it was on a little calendar, and it was the same day that I was teaching that story at school, and it says, "Oh my Lord, let me go in and find, that I may go out and tell. Let me a beggar be filled, that I may tell other beggars where to find food. The world needs someone who has seen, tasted, and touched him to help them in." So we need to know God for ourselves and to feed on his word, but then we need to go out, we need to share in whatever way God gives us, and not just be selfish and keep it all to ourselves and just enjoy what we have. Even though it's not wrong to enjoy it, we should enjoy what we have, but it is wrong to keep it all for ourselves and not care about others. I wore this skirt on Sunday, and it's Thursday, and I'm pushing away now. That's embarrassing. But having everything in its proper place is not my top priority right now, even though I do try. Talking about needing God, sometimes we can have one or the other extreme. Like for me, I have a lot to do and it's very busy, and so I need God in that I need him to do all the things, I need his help to do all the things that I need to do. But it is also very fulfilling and I really enjoy it all. But sometimes like this week I've been feeling very tired, and so it makes me rethink, you know, am I doing too much? Is there something I could say no to? And so I've been praying through all that again, and sometimes we wish we could just control, like, you know, we want to be in control. I want to be busy, but I don't want to feel too busy. I want to feel in control. But that's not the way God always wants it. Even though sometimes we do need to say no to things, God wants to be the one in control. And when it is hard, then we do need him. But sometimes, and maybe for you, it's the other kind of extreme. Like, not everybody has that busyness and that, like, the fulfillment of being busy. Some people may have the other extreme in that their lives may be more empty and they don't know what to do with their time, or they don't have people around or people they know, and so they might be more lonely or not knowing what to do. So that's another side to it. But in either situation, in both situations, you need God, whether it's for strength to keep up with all you need to do, or whether it's help in being more lonely or not knowing what to do. Either one shows us our need for God. Well, it's time to get going. I didn't quite get my jobs done. Not very good at talking and working at the same time, but hopefully it won't take too long and I'll be able to finish them off afterwards. Lydia, what are you doing? Oi! What are you doing? Can you look at Mummy? She thinks she needs a hat. What's Daddy doing? Is Daddy doing the wood?
Yeah.
In the woodshed?
Yeah.
You're gonna go help?
Yeah.
Okay, have fun.
Yeah. I.